Should you drink more water? If your kidneys are weak, avoid this common mistake. If your kidneys are weak, drinking more water may not help. In fact, it could actually cause harm. This is a common mistake that many older adults make. A lot of people believe that the more water you drink, the better it is for your kidneys, that it helps flush out toxins and cleanse the blood. It sounds logical on the surface, but when your kidneys aren't functioning properly, that extra water doesn't get processed the way it should. Instead of helping, it can overload your system, leading to swelling, shortness of breath, or even dangerous electrolyte imbalances that may put your health and your life at risk. In today's video, we want to help you understand the real facts behind water intake when kidney function declines. This isn't just general theory. We'll walk through simple practical principles supported by scientific evidence that you can apply in your everyday life. Stick with us until the end of this video and you'll learn how to protect your kidneys every day, simply by adjusting how much water you drink. No medications, no supplements, just smart, informed choices. And if you find this information helpful, please give the video a like, share it with your loved ones, and feel free to leave any questions or comments down below. Our team will do our best to respond and support you as quickly as we can. Water and whole body health. Why it matters even more as we age. We can go several days without food, but not more than 72 hours without water. That's because water isn't just something we drink when we're thirsty. It's the foundation of nearly every vital function in the human body, from circulation and digestion to temperature regulation, nutrient delivery, and detoxification. None of these systems can operate without it. And for older adults, this becomes even more important. After age 55, the body gradually loses its ability to maintain fluid balance. Our cells dehydrate more quickly. The sensation of thirst becomes less noticeable, and organs like the heart-brain joints, and especially the kidneys, become more sensitive to even mild dehydration. Sometimes all it takes is being a little dehydrated, just 1 or 2% down, and suddenly you're forgetting things or feeling mentally foggy. Even a small drop in hydration can lead to mental fog, slower reaction time, and poor balance, things we might easily brush off as just aging. But these effects have actually been proven in studies, including one published in Nutrition Reviews, which confirmed that even mild dehydration can impair both cognitive performance and physical coordination. But the effects don't stop there. Water also acts as a natural lubricant for your joints. If you've noticed stiffness in the morning, or mild aches after gardening or walking, dehydration could be part of the reason. Joint cartilage, which is more than 70% water, becomes less flexible and more prone to damage when not properly hydrated. Chronic inflammation, like knee arthritis, can also worsen when your body is running low on fluids. And we haven't even mentioned the special role water plays in the kidneys, your body's main filtration system for removing waste and keeping everything in balance. But when you're not drinking enough water, your blood becomes thicker, making the kidneys work harder. According to the National Academy of Sciences, older adults often experience a diminished sense of thirst and a natural decline in kidney function, making them far more vulnerable to chronic dehydration without even realizing it. To put it into perspective, imagine going 3 or 4 hours without drinking anything. You may not feel thirsty, but you might start to get a slight headache, feel drowsy, or get lightheaded when standing up. It's often blamed on aging, but in truth, your body might simply be running low on fluids without showing strong signals. That's why, during the early stages of aging, staying consistently hydrated, even with just small sips throughout the day, can make a noticeable difference in your overall health. It can reduce fatigue, improve focus, support digestion, and even lower your risk of urinary tract infections, which are very common among older adults. However, don't be mistaken, more water doesn't always mean better health. As we'll explain in the next part of this video, drinking the wrong way, especially if your kidneys are already weak, can actually turn water into a hidden danger. How drinking too much, Water can be dangerous when your kidneys are weak after hearing advice like drink more water to flush out toxins. It's common for older adults to aim for 2 to 3 liters of water a day, often believing it's the healthiest choice regardless of what their body actually needs, regardless of how their body feels or what their doctor recommends. But for those with declining kidney function, this habit can backfire in serious ways. Think of your kidneys as a smart filtration system. Their main job is to remove excess waste and fluids from your bloodstream, sending it out through urine. But when the kidneys are weakened, their ability to filter and eliminate extra water becomes impaired. That water doesn't just disappear, it builds up in the body, leading to a condition called fluid overload. You may start to notice this through symptoms like swelling in the legs, ankles, or even a bloated feeling after meals. But what's more concerning is when that excess fluid begins to accumulate in your lungs. You may find it harder to breathe, especially when lying down. And this isn't just an inconvenience. It can be an early warning sign of pulmonary edema, a potentially life-threatening condition that may lead to heart failure if not treated in time. A study published in Advances in Chronic Kidney Disease highlights another hidden risk electrolyte imbalance. When someone with poor kidney function drinks too much water, it can dilute the sodium in the bloodstream, a condition known as hyponatremia. This drop in sodium can trigger symptoms like fatigue, headaches, nausea, and confusion. In more severe cases, it can lead to seizures, loss of consciousness, or even coma. What makes this especially concerning for older adults is that many of them already live with underlying health issues like heart failure, high blood pressure, or diabetes. These conditions make it harder for the body to maintain fluid and electrolyte balance. And ironically, drinking more water than necessary can be the very thing that pushes this delicate system over the edge. We need to remember water isn't something you can just keep adding more of and expect better results. At a certain point, too much can do more harm than good, especially if your kidneys aren't functioning properly. The same doesn't apply to water. Every person's body is different, and when your kidneys are no longer working as well as they used to, the goal isn't to drink as much as possible. Instead, it's about drinking the right amount at the right time based on your actual condition. In fact, many older patients have shared that they felt more tired, more bloated, and lightheaded after forcing themselves to drink 3 liters of water daily just because they saw it online. But when they finally visited their doctor, lab results showed their kidneys were overwhelmed. In many of these cases, the first recommendation was not to increase water, but to cut back. These stories are more common than you might think, simply because aging kidneys can't handle fluids the way they used to. So, how can you really tell if your kidneys are functioning well or not? And when is it time to actually reduce your water intake rather than increase it? Up next, we'll take a closer look at how to approach hydration the right way. How can you tell if your kidneys are weak and why it matters when it comes to water? One of the most dangerous things about kidney disease is how silent it is. There are often no obvious symptoms in the early stages. Many people go about their daily routines, eating and drinking as usual, without realizing that their kidneys are already beginning to weaken. And because they don't know, they keep following habits they believe are healthy, like forcing themselves to drink large amounts of water every day without realizing they may be putting extra stress on their kidneys. So what are the signs that your kidneys may be struggling? In the early stages, symptoms are often very subtle. You might feel tired without a clear reason, lose your appetite, or notice mild swelling around your ankles or lower abdomen. Some people find themselves waking up more often at night to urinate, or they may notice tiny bubbles or foam in their urine. This can be an early sign that protein is leaking through the kidneys. But because these symptoms are easy to confuse with normal aging, they often go unnoticed. That's exactly why regular checkups are so important, especially if you're over 60, or if you have underlying conditions like high blood pressure, diabetes, or heart disease. Experts in kidney care, like those at KDIGO, the global organization focused on improving kidney treatment, recommend 2 simple tests. A blood test, 2. Check your GFR, which measures how well your kidneys are filtering, and a urine test to detect albumin, a protein that shouldn't be leaking into your urine. Combined, these give a clear snapshot of your kidney function. A study published in Kidney International Supplements revealed that many people don't discover they have kidney disease until it's already progressed to stage 3 or 4, meaning the kidneys have already lost over 50% of their filtering ability. And in most cases, that's simply because the early warning signs were ignored or never checked in the first place. In addition, it's important to know that kidney function tends to decline naturally as we get older, even in people who are otherwise in good health. Research from the Mayo Clinic shows that aging alone can lower your filtration rate even if you don't have any other illnesses. That's why even if you feel perfectly fine, it's still essential to know where your kidneys stand so you can adjust your water intake accordingly. To sum it up, good hydration plays a vital role in maintaining overall health when your kidneys are functioning properly. But if your kidneys are weak, drinking too much water can lead to swelling electrolyte imbalances and worsening of existing conditions. And perhaps the most important point of all, you cannot tell how well your kidneys are working just by how you feel. You may seem completely normal until it's too late. So if you've never had your GFR tested, or you've never done a urine test to check your kidney function, this is the right time to start. Let's now turn to an often overlooked but crucial principle. When it comes to hydration, one-size-fits-all advice doesn't work. Water intake needs to be personalized based on your own body, your health status, and especially the condition of your kidneys. Personalizing your water intake, it's not one-size-fits-all. We've all heard the classic advice, drink 8 glasses of water a day. It sounds simple and easy to remember, but it doesn't fit everyone. In fact, for older adults, especially those with heart conditions, high blood pressure, or reduced kidney function, this kind of one-size-fits-all rule can do more harm than good. The truth is, how much water your body needs depends on several factors: your current health, how physically active you are, your local climate, and even the medications you take. Someone living in the dry heat of Arizona, or an older man who spends his mornings gardening in Texas, will have very different hydration needs compared to a less active senior living in the cooler weather of Washington state. On top of that, medications like diuretics, blood pressure, drugs, or anything that affects kidney function can make your body lose water faster or retain more of it. That's why your ideal water intake needs to be adjusted for you based on your health status and what your doctor recommends. It's not something you should copy from a generic health tip on the internet. One simple way to monitor your hydration is by checking the color of your urine. If it's light yellow clear and doesn't have a strong odor, you're probably well hydrated. But if your urine is dark, has a strong smell, or you notice you're urinating much less than usual, that could be a sign you're not getting enough water. Still, this method isn't foolproof. If you're taking medications or have kidney problems, urine color can be misleading. A publication in Hydration Health and Exercise warns that for people with chronic kidney disease, urine color should be viewed as a rough indicator, not a precise standard. So how can you hydrate the right way first? Listen to your body, but also understand that your sense of thirst becomes less reliable as you age. Especially after age 60, the body's ability to detect thirst naturally declines. But listening to your body goes beyond just waiting until you feel thirsty. Pay attention to other, more subtle signs: dry lips, a sticky mouth, a dull headache, lightheadedness when standing, or even leg cramps at night. These could all be early signs of mild dehydration. On the other hand, if you feel bloated even when you haven't eaten, notice swelling in your hands or feet by the end of the day, or feel short of breath when lying down, your body might be holding on to too much water. A red flag, especially if you have heart or kidney issues. Next, try spreading your water intake throughout the day instead of drinking large amounts at once. Drinking too much at once forces your kidneys to work harder and can overwhelm the system, especially if they're already under strain. Another important point: if your doctor has ever told you to limit your fluids or monitor your water intake, take that seriously even if you feel fine. Don't wait until your legs swell, or you're too tired to move, or you can't catch your breath. By then, the damage may already be in motion. In short, there is no magic number for everyone. 8 glasses a day might be just right for one person, but it can be too much or even dangerous for someone else. And at this stage in life, when your body needs extra care and attention, personalizing your water intake is one of the simplest but most powerful ways to protect your health. From here, let's move into some real-world strategies for staying hydrated safely, particularly when kidney function has started to decline. Simple tips to stay hydrated without harming your kidneys. Once you understand that hydration isn't a one-size-fits-all formula, the next step is learning how to manage your daily water intake in a safe, effective way without needing any fancy devices, apps, or expensive supplements. To begin with, don't wait until you feel thirsty. Instead, be proactive and sip small amounts of water throughout the day. A few sips every hour in between your regular activities, like after a short walk after meals, or when coming in from the sun, can go a long way. This gentle, steady approach gives your kidneys time to process fluids gradually, rather than forcing them to work harder with a sudden flood of water. A study published in Nutrition Reviews found that sipping water consistently throughout the day helped people with reduced kidney function manage their fluid and electrolyte levels more efficiently. It also lowered the risk of sudden changes in blood pressure caused by fluid volume shifts. Next, include water-rich foods in your meals. A few slices of cucumber, some orange wedges, a bowl of watermelon, or a light vegetable soup at lunch can all contribute to your daily hydration needs. These foods are not only easier on the kidneys, but they also provide vitamins and antioxidants your body needs. For older adults, this is a gentle and natural way to stay hydrated, especially in hot or humid weather, when the body needs cooling, but plain water alone might feel overwhelming. Another important tip: match your fluid intake to your physical condition. If you've just spent time gardening in the sun or have been sweating more than usual, go ahead and drink an extra glass of water. But if it's a cool day, you haven't moved around much, or you're already feeling a bit bloated, it's okay to cut back slightly. Think of hydration like watering a plant too little and it dries out. Too much, and the roots can rot. Also, if your doctor has advised you to limit fluids, make sure you follow that guidance. Everyone's limit is different. Some people may need to stay around 1.5 liters a day, while others should keep it closer to just 1 liter, including soups, milk, fruits, and all sources of fluids. This is especially important for those managing chronic kidney disease or taking diuretics. Lastly, keep your body moving gently but regularly. You don't need to go for long walks or hit the gym. Just 15 to 30 minutes of light activity like walking, gardening, or doing simple exercises at home can help your blood circulate better. That supports kidney function and helps your body regulate fluid balance more naturally. Plus, staying active makes it easier to notice when your body needs water or when it might be holding on to too much. The bottom line is this: you don't need anything complicated. No special machines, no strict diets, no fancy hydration powders. Just pay closer attention to your body, make small adjustments to your daily routine, and stay consistent with regular checkups. These simple habits go a long way in protecting your kidneys, especially as we age. We've just gone through 5 important truths together. Today, we've walked through some of the most important things you need to know about water and kidney health. First, yes, hydration matters, especially as we get older. Drinking enough water plays a vital role in keeping our body functioning well. But we also saw that more isn't always better. Forcing yourself to drink too much water, especially if your kidneys are weakened, can actually cause harm. That's why it's so important to understand the signs that your kidneys might not be working as well as they used to. Things like swelling nighttime urination or feeling tired for no clear reason. From there, we talked about the need to personalize your water intake. Not everyone needs the same amount, and your ideal number depends on your health, your lifestyle, and your doctor's advice. And finally, we covered some practical tips like spreading your water throughout the day, eating more water-rich foods, and gently moving your body to support circulation. So instead of blindly following generic advice, start with the basics. If you've never checked your kidney function, now is the time. Pay closer attention to how your body feels after drinking water. Spread your intake throughout the day and get more fluids from fruits and vegetables when you can. And if your doctor has given you specific guidance, follow it seriously. Because no one knows your limits better than your physician. Finally, if this video helped you better understand the link between water and kidney function, leave us a comment below. Are you drinking the right amount for your body? Has your doctor ever told you to limit your fluid intake? Share your experience. It might help someone else in our community gain a valuable perspective. And don't forget to click like and share this video with your friends or family. Because sometimes a small shift in how we hydrate each day can make a big difference in our health as we age.